Now in today's video, we're taking a look at the reMarkable Paper Pro. Sorry, one second. That's much better. We're going to take a look at this brand new e-ink tablet. We're going to take a look at all its features, its color, it can highlight, and it can make you more organized than ever before. Let's get right to it. Now, the reMarkable Paper Pro is an 11.3-inch tablet. Large, right? It's going to give you a lot of space for taking notes, and it's featuring an e-ink Gallery 3 display. Now, the resolution that you're going to get on this tablet is a 2160 by 1620 resolution with a 229 pixels per inch. Now, all this translates to a very crisp and easy to read screen. Now, the tablet also has palm rejection, which means that as you're taking notes, your palm is not going to interfere with your note taking. In addition to that, it does have an adjustable reading light. So if you're looking to read at night or you're on a plane and it's dark and you want to be able to take notes or just review documents, you're going to be able to do that without a problem because of the reading light. Now, in addition to having that night reading capability because of the reading light, this tablet performs incredibly well during direct sunlight too. So you don't have to worry about the type of glare or the lack of readability when you're in a direct sunlight environment. From a processor perspective, it has a 1.8 gigahertz quad-core Cortex 853 processor. Sounds like I'm talking about a PC and not something that is used for note-taking. Rest assured that pretty much what that translates to is a great writing experience. 2 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of internal storage, which is going to be more than enough for you to be able to maintain dozens and dozens and dozens, if not thousands of documents that you'd be able to read, both PDFs and other documents that you may have, all stored on the tablet. It does have USB-C charging as well. Now, from a connectivity perspective, you have Wi-Fi 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. It uses reMarkable OS. You're going to be able to read and annotate and view content from a variety of sources: PDF, EPUB, PNG, SVG capabilities for exporting. So this is not just about what you can bring in the PDF and EPUB space, but also what you can send out. And the fact that you can take and store content in so many different formats that are so readily usable, like PDF, PNG, and SVG, makes it super flexible and again engaging with others that may not have a device of this type. Also, companion devices. If you think about what you'll be connecting this to and synchronizing it with, Mac OS, Windows, iOS, and Android. Literally, I can have a document on my Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra and transfer it to my reMarkable, and it's effortless. I could do the same thing with my iPhone. I could do that with my iPad or any other device, giving you a lot of flexibility when it comes to how do you engage with a tablet like this. Now, the reMarkable Paper Pro also supports multi-factor authentication, which is going to keep your documents secure and only accessed by you. Now, in addition to having the tablet, we do have the type Folio, which I'm going to show you, and I'm also using the reMarkable Marker Plus as part of this entire setup. So first, let's go ahead and see what this keyboard solution looks like. And I wanted to give you a glimpse of what the unboxing experience is. I've already unboxed the tablet because I wanted to get some experience with it. But the experience of unboxing is pretty much the same with all the products. So you'll notice how I opened it up. I tore that open to remove the actual, again, the seal to this. And then as you open this up, I'm not really good at opening things up without destroying the packaging. So we're going to destroy this a little bit. What you'll then do is slide out the product just like that. I'm a little bit more violent than most, so sorry about that. But here we have now the keyboard. And that may be interesting to many of you because not only is this a device that supports writing and reading, but you could also find yourself typing. And so, as you look at this right here, what we have is a very, very nice keyboard solution. I'll go ahead and open this up this way. That will support your tablet. And what I like about it is that it doesn't take up that much space. Let me move some of this stuff around so that you can see this right here. And this is all about magnets, guys. So there's a lot of magnets here. So that's what you see going on. And what you see right here is the keyboard, right? And then you see the magnetic back that is going to keep your tablet in place. So your tablet will be placed here, and then when you're going to use it, you push it up, the tablet comes up, and your keyboard stays in place. This is a really cool implementation. I have keyboard cases like this on my iPad, and I find that this one's a little bit thinner And it also, I love it almost has like a convertible, right? The way it can go from being something like this, and then with your reMarkable, and then switching it to keyboard mode just takes that effort. That is pretty cool. I really like that. All right, so we'll move this over to the side. We're going to be taking a look at this in detail in a second. Here with the pen, I already have it installed, but pretty much what you have is, everything that you need to update the pen. So the pen comes placed into this little container here. You have some user guide information here, right? Put that aside. And then in this area, we'll pop this open so you can see what you'll find. So here you can see all your tips that you can replace with, especially as yours gets worn. And what I love is that it just locks away just like that. So really easy to access. And then also, I like that I can just put it away in the box if I'd like to. I'm not going to hold on to this little piece of paper and store it for when I need it. Now, as we take a look at the reMarkable Pro, you'll notice that I also have this case. This case is an add-on, and I like the brown. It gives you kind of like a more of a folio type look when you walk into meetings, and it doesn't say digital device as soon as you look at it. It looks like more of a standard folio. And you'll notice a couple things about it is that it does have this clasp right here that secures your pen in place so that the pen doesn't fall off. And then you can pull this back just like this. Now the pen, as it's in this position, is charging, right? It's magnetic. You can see how it locks into place. And then it's also charging, and it does require a charge in order for it to work. Now, when I open this up, the first thing that you're going to notice is that the tablet does wake up. So your reMarkable is up. You'll notice that it is backlit, so you see what the light looks like. And by the way, you can turn that off if you don't need it, and you'll see that it's going to be incredibly visible because of the way the screens are designed. This is really useful for me, especially if I'm in a darker area, and it's not the kind of thing that makes my face glow, which is something I really like. So the actual case, and I'm going to remove the tablet from this reMarkable for a second, is magnetic, and you can see it has kind of like a microfiber finish in the back. You'll notice here that there's some indentations, and that's because the Paper Pro has these little rubberized feet for those of you who don't have a folio, and then you'll see the magnetic contact points that you saw on the keyboard cover that connect with your keyboard. So I'm just going to put this back here. I have a password that I need to input in order to access it, and this goes into that multi-factor authentication that we talked about to secure your documents. Now, once you enter your password and it's accepted, you get greeted to this page. Now, there's a lot of stuff that's going on here. I've been experimenting, trying different notebooks and just writing styles, and you're greeted with this when you come into your reMarkable. For reMarkable users, this is pretty much standard. They're actually really used to this. If you've never used one before, this is what you would experience. Now, a couple of things that you can do, and before me going into any of these notebooks, I just wanted to show you some of the experience things that will happen here. So let's say you get this for the very first time and you want to start writing. What you would do is you would hit plus, and then you have the choice between creating a notebook, creating a folder, or a quick sheet. And the quick sheet is just to do, it's almost like a sticky note. If you want to just take some notes and take some things down. You can also create a notebook. And in some of these cases, these represent notebooks that I've created. So for example, if you are using this as a college student, a notebook could be for a specific class. If you are using this in a corporate setting, this could be used, a notebook could be for one-on-ones that you may have with your team or as you're meeting with your boss. So there's a couple things that you can do here. Now I'm going to choose notebook because I want to show you some of the features here. So now I'm about to create a notebook and I have a couple options. First thing I could do is I can choose different paper styles. So you notice it's giving me one with a margin, one with lined heading, there's all these settings. And then I could actually view many other styles. So all of these are options on how I can design how I want to take my notes. And you'll notice as I swipe down, the page moves. And e-ink is a little bit different. It's not as, I would say, as fluid as you would see with some of the other tablets that are on the market. It's something that there is a slight refresh that needs to take place. So let me show you this again. I'm going to go up and down, and you can see how like it takes a little second, and it's basically refreshing because that's how the e-ink solution works. Now you could choose various styles here. You just choose the type you want. You notice there's the various line formats. There's also margin formats. There's some here that look like they're Cornell note-taking templates as well. to-dos. So all these are just different styles that you can choose from. And then once you choose it, it's going to open up in that specific, with that specific style. So for example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this one right here, this Cornell one, as my style. And it's giving me, you know, what kind of options do I want. I'm going to choose this one again. This is what I want. I can actually give it a name as well. And I'm going to choose create. And now that I've created it, the actual template is there. So you notice how it's lined right there. It's kind of light, but it's actually there. And what I can now do is I can actually take notes. So I can just write take notes. And this is what this tablet is really all about. It's about the experience of taking notes. Now, there's a couple things that I can do. And I'm going to get out of this for a second. And I'm going to go to some notes that I've already written. So I'm going to come over here. And this is one of the quick sheets, right? And the power of the Paper Pro is the fact that you can actually interact in color. And I'm seeing that this is coming on camera really nicely. So you notice how this is what I wrote. And you notice that I have blue highlight, pink highlight, orange, green, and gray, right? And basically this makes it a super powerful note-taking solution. So let me just write right here for a second. So, and I'm actually in highlighter mode, which I'm going to get out of. I'm going to tap right here, and I'm going to just write, this is my review. And by the way, you can either do it where you're writing, or you can do it in cursive. So I can do, this is my review. Right? Now, if I come over here, you know, I have various pens I can choose. And you could actually write in different colors, right? So the highlighter is not the only way you can do this. But you notice here I have a full color palette here of colors I can choose. And then I can choose different pen types as well as different pen thicknesses. I can also then choose right here highlighters, right? So here are all my different highlighter options. And let's say, for example, I wanted to highlight this in yellow. So it's right now selected to yellow. And I'm going to just go over this like this. And you notice how it highlighted in yellow. If I come back here, I can then choose, and you notice I'm using both the pen and my finger. I'm going to choose pink, right? And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to highlight this in pink, and it highlighted in pink. I can then choose if I want a different color. Let's say I'm going to choose the blue, right? And I'm going to highlight this one over here in blue. And you notice how it's highlighting, and it simulates like if it was a real highlighter and a real pen. And there is a scratchiness to your writing experience. I'm going to go ahead and scratch or write so you can hear this right here. I'm going to bring it up to camera. You guys hear that? Right? So it gives you kind of like the scratchiness feel of writing with a pen. And that's really important for folks that are really looking to use this as a distraction-free device. It's distraction-free because you don't basically have an internet browser in here. You're not streaming videos. This is purely for note-taking. And you can see, again, the different things that I can do with it, the different things I can highlight. And this is me taking notes. But if you were to open up a PDF, you would be able to edit the PDF and do the same things that you see me doing here. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you, and these are some templates that I found on the internet. I'm going to go into this one for a second. And this is kind of like where I've been tracking my to-dos. The cool thing about having a device that supports various colors is the fact that you have colors. And the colors are going to strike importance. The colors can be used to determine something that's completed, something that's not. So if you notice with this to-do list, I have, again, color here on the side that is going to help support what I'm doing here as I write. And really, this is what it's all about. So I just recently finished some product reviews. I have the K2 Plus, which is done, but I'm going to be publishing this one soon. I've already completed this 3D printer review. I'm currently recording this one right here. This one's already been completed. And then also this is on the way. And I have this on the way. And I'm currently working on this guy right here. Right? So I'm able to kind of review what I have on my plate. I could erase things just by doing what you see right here. There's two ways to erase. I could actually erase using an eraser by changing the tip type to erase, or using the bottom of the reMarkable pen as if it was an eraser. So I kind of like doing that itself. So, but I can add to this more to-dos if I wanted to. So what I'll add here to this to-do is edit and publish. And I wrote a little bit too big there, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to say reMarkable Paper Pro. All right, so that's going to be something that I want to do. And really, that's what the experience is all about. It's about doing note-taking and having that experience, but not only have it in one style, but also have it in multiple styles. So for example, I'm going to change to red, right? I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to write, this is red ink. And now, notice how that came across. So this is standard black, this is standard red. So I can actually use a highlighter in a specific color, or I can write in a different color. That's what this device is all about, and it's one of the best color e-ink devices on the market because of how it creates the color, how it refreshes the color, how it displays the color, and the overall experience you get when interacting with color. Now, one other thing I wanted to highlight about the tablet is, like, it's obvious that you guys have been seeing that I'm a righty, but my son is a lefty. And for a lefty, you would want to have this menu option on the opposite side. It's something that you can do. You have a lot of options here that I just want to show you. So you have basically how you want to share this content, send by email, convert to text. Notice this, present on a screen share, something that you could do. Over here, we'll tap this guy. Here you can see your notebook settings. You can set it to landscape, right? You can add a page. Here we have tags that you can include. This is an area where you can create layers. And then over here, basically, you're going back to kind of like a top-down thumbnail view of everything that's in that, that quick sheet that you just created. Now, I wanted to show you what the keyboard folio looks like with the reMarkable Paper Pro. And so here I have the folio, right? Black. No one would know. If you would look at the thickness of this with the keyboard, isn't that crazy? That's super thin. But now if I want to switch to type, watch how this is going to work. And now the keyboard, right, has been engaged. You see that it is lit. And now I can go through the setup process of the keyboard. But that conversion is pretty cool. So now that I have the keyboard connected, I can actually start typing. So if I tap anywhere I'd like to start, let's go ahead and go to this area right here. Now notice over here where I typed in the, and hit back twice. So I can say, the brown fox jumped over the moon, or the moon. Let's go back. Horrible typist. I get there. There we go. All right. And as you can see, as I'm typing, you're seeing the words show up. But what I like is that I have a backlit keyboard here that is actually, making sure that I can guide my fingers where I need them to go. I hit period, space twice. Welcome to typing. Yeah. See how nice that looks? Very simple, very easy. And I love the mechanism of how it switches from, again, tablet mode to typing mode. And look how thin that is. Easy to walk around with a keyboard solution. And then as soon as I open it up, it's going to prompt me for my password. Now that I've added my password, if I want to go into typing mode instead of writing mode, just flip this up, and now I'm in typing mode, just like that. And the keyboard and the reMarkable 2 connectivity make it pretty seamless for that interaction to happen. So guys, that was our first impressions. So guys, the reMarkable Paper Pro is a great writing solution for those of you who want to have a distraction-free note-taking experience and just organize your life. Highly recommend it. Love the color features, love the backlight features, love the keyboard. There's a lot to like about this tablet. So see you in the next one.